I must say this is very exciting. For me, it's awesome to see you guys sitting out here. It reminds me of what we've missed. So we're going to welcome you right now to our kindergarten, our youngest elementary students, Siyum. Siyum is a celebration of learning, and there has been so much learning going on this year, and we thank you, the parents, for being our partners in this journey. We've really tried our best, and those teachers are incredible. So before we even start, I'd like a big round of applause for the teachers, because they really deserve it. And we would like to give a big round of applause to you for trusting us with your children. Okay, thank you. So we're going to begin in a moment. So if everyone could please take their seats. Children who are in the elementary division, we welcome you, the siblings. When the program is over, there will not be a formal collation, but there will be things for you to take outside. But all of the elementary students will go right back up to their class, just so that we take care of that, and you know that. So we're going to begin our Siyum, as we do with all of our events, with the Hatikva and the Star Spangled Banner. So if everyone could please rise.
Thank you.
Okay, please be seated. It is said that from little seeds grow mighty trees. Within each of our precious kindergarten children, we have planted the seeds of hope, love, kindness. We have fed these seeds with the nutrients of strong Jewish values and beliefs. We care for our seedlings so they can bloom with curiosity, creativity, intelligence, citizenship, and leadership. It is my hope and prayer that throughout their elementary school years at the Hebrew Academy, we will continue to be diligent caretakers of these precious jewels. We will continue to nurture them as they grow and mature throughout their school career. At this time, I'd like to mention by name all of the kindergarten staff: Mora Lisi, Mora Shoshi, Mora Katie, Mora Galia, Mr. Shlomik, Diana, Norma, our incredible IT team, our beloved maintenance staff, and you, the parents, who have begun this journey with you. Wishing you mazal tov on this special journey. And now I'd like to present our head of school, Rabbi Shaya Gutenberg.
And a special thank you to Mrs. Hamburg. When we think about the Parsha in the Torah that really symbolizes Eretz Yisrael, the land of Israel, most of the time we think about the Parshat Chayesara, in which we go back and Abraham buys Hebron, Ma'arat HaMachpelah. We think about the Parsha that Hashem promises Avram, L'cha atena et aret hazos, I'm going to give you the land of Israel, which is in Bereshit. We rarely think that the Parsha that speaks about Eretz Yisrael the most is this week's Parsha. Because in this week's Parsha, Parsha Shalach, we have almost the opposite feeling that we have throughout the entire Torah and in our school towards Eretz Yisrael. In this week's Parsha, the Meraglim, the spies, go to Israel, and they see the giants, and they see the beautiful land, Eretz Chalav Davash, flowing of milk and honey, and they come back to the Jewish people and they say, we can't go. We're not going to be able to enter into the land of Israel. And there's a huge fight with all the Jewish people about going in. And the Meraglim had a big sin because they spoke Lashon Hara, they spoke evil about the land of Israel. And Moshe, when he's trying to plead to Hashem on behalf of the Jewish people, he cries out to Hashem saying, please forgive them. And it's a little bit different than the previous time the Jewish people sinned. The previous large sin of the Jewish people was the Chet HaEgel, the sin of the golden calf. And at the time of the golden calf, Moshe cries out to Hashem, please forgive the Jewish people. Please, let them live. And he institutes the Yig Gimel HaYikarim, the 13 attributes of God. And he says, Zechut Avot. He says, Hashem Almighty, please remember Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. Please remember our forefathers, and on behalf of them, please forgive the Jewish people. But when it comes to the Chet, the sin of the Meraglim, Moshe leaves out Zechut Avot. He doesn't speak about Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. He just asks for forgiveness, and he doesn't speak about them. At the pre-K graduation, I alluded to an idea, but didn't answer this question. But with you, I'd like to answer it. At the pre-K graduation, which was yesterday, I said what was missing this year in our school was our avot, our fathers and our mothers. Because unfortunately, you weren't allowed on campus this year. And it's really a pleasure, it's a bracha, it's a nes, it's a miracle, and we have to give thanks to HaKadosh Baruch Hu that we're now able to invite our parents back on campus, that we're now able to have you here. And it's really such a blessing to have you here today, indoors, not outside in the heat. And it's want to thank our medical committee and Nurse Lynn, who was not thanked, who's over there, who really worked hard this entire year to keep our children safe. But just to answer the question, why didn't Moshe speak about Zechut Avot? Why didn't Moshe go to Hashem and say, Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, remember them so that you could forgive the Jewish people? Because Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov were all about Eretz Yisrael. They were all about the land of Israel. Abraham left his homeland, El Eretz Asher Echad. He says, I'll go to the place where I'm supposed to go, to Israel. Yitzchak never left Israel. Yaakov was all about returning to Israel. And so Moshe couldn't speak about Zechut Avot, the patriarchs, with the sin of the Meraglim, which is the sin of Eretz Yisrael. And I believe since that moment, we as a Jewish people need to rectify, need to change, need to ask for forgiveness for the sin of the Meraglim. And every time we sing about Israel, every time we learn about Israel, every time we dance for Israel, and every time we cry for Israel, we are redoing the sin of the Meraglim. Everything you need to learn in life, you learn in kindergarten. Thank you. Everything you need to learn in life, you learn in kindergarten. And one of the most important things as a Jew that we need to learn about, and which our kindergartners learn, is Eretz Yisrael, which is why it's called Eretz Yisrael Shali, which is why it is the colors of our school, and which is why our students will be marching down with our Israeli flag, because we're constantly thinking about the Meraglim and thinking how we can do it better. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. Mazal tov to each one of you, and mazal tov especially to our kindergarten class.
אני נושם, תואם, אני שומע ורואה כאן במקום הזה את כל מה שהיה ואת כל מה שעוד יהיה רק במקום הזה אני שייך, הלב נמשך אני בוחר להישאר הכל כדאי, אני חי בארץ ישראל This is my home, this is the place to be מרגיש את אלוקיי גם בקרבי אז תעלה אחי ושב איתי This is my home, זה המקום שלי 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 אני נושם תואם אני שומע ורואה כאן במקום הזה כל מה שהיה, יהיה את כל מה שעוד יהיה רק במקום הזה אני שייך, אני בוחר להישאר הכל כדאי, אני חי בארץ ישראל
Learning to read and speak Evi. Today we celebrate our young kindergarten Hazen grade.
We learned all of that Pasha Hagim, and we were so busy doing mitzvah every day. We focus on Eretz Yisrael. It's important to us in so many ways.
So I take you with our really friend to an Israel. You not believe what we learned and what we have in store.
Jerusalem will be our first stop. The capital of Israel and its Kedusha is at the top. Shamat Rabbi Yerushalayim, Ir HaTzadak, Ir Ad Arya. Many names of the city where Hashem's Shekhinah dwells. In Yerushalayim, we will have a place to pray, and the Shekhinah lives there, and no one ever goes. The Kota Amaravi, the western wall, surrounded the Beit HaMikdash before its fall. Yerushalayim, Yer Shel Zechad V'Shel Necho, Shet V'Shel Or. Yerushalayim Tamid Chayta Hashuva L'Yehudim. the next city we will visit with the Francesa Beaches University de Nara Divot.
Hakol Bizzle, Bashuka Carmen, Gifle Hall.
The sugar can run in the other stores in this fun city. You could buy delicious fruits and vegetables, and souvenirs are so pretty.
Hina Irhefa, Hiname Od Yafa, the Margilot, Hara Harmel, Ra'iti at Yael.
Yam Shemaim V'cho Ze Yam Hatihot. The port of Haifa is always busy and has never been alone. From Haifa to the top of Hakama is not that far. You look at a beautiful view and you take a cable car.
It's
opinion of the top of the dam.
תודה רבה הנערמים, כי אנחנו אתכם אוהבים.
טיף וטף, שלום שלום, הדגל שלי הוא לא חלום, כחול ולבן זה צבע שלום.
With stripes of view on the white romances as a tower, the view Magen David in the middle of Dega was complete.
The whole Jewish world looks to Israel as our land. We are so thankful to Hashem for our country sovereign.
Israel is our Baya, our land and our home. From Eretz Yisrael, our heart will never roam.
ארץ ישראל היא באמת גם וגם. היא הארץ הכי טובה בעולם.
השירים של כל המדינות. נולדתי ללשון וגם למקום, למעט להמון, שיושיט יד לשלום. אני נולדתי לשלום, נכון, אני נולדתי לשלום. אני נולדתי לשלום שרק יופיע. אני רוצה להיות ברקו. אני נולדתי אל החלום, ובו אני רואה שיבוא השלום. נולדתי לרצון ולאמונה שהנה הוא יבוא אחרי 30 שנה. וכולם, אני נולדתי לשלום, אני נולדתי לשלום, אני נולדתי לשלום שרק יופיע. אני רוצה להיות ברקו.
We have learned all about Torah, Eretz Yisrael, and to speak, read, and write too. We are friends to celebrate completing kindergarten with you by Samidi.
Today we are Miami Beach in our school right here. We hope and pray to be in Israel next year. And if we can't be in Israel, we can
We have learned all about
learning Torah together here in grade 1.
שכל מה שקורה מלמעלה אני יודע שהוא נותן הכל מתנה אני יודע שגם אם לא הכל זורם לי אני יודע שכל הזמן השם איתי אז נמשיך בכל הכוח יש יום חדש בפתח אז יש אבא שמשגיח ותמיד צריך לשמוח יודע שכל מה שקורה מלמעלה אני יודע שהוא נותן הכל מתנה אני יודע שגם אם לא הכל זורם לי אני יודע שכל הזמן השם איתי אז נמשיך בכל הכוח יש יום חדש בפתח אז שמשגיח בו ותמיד צריך לשמוח חדש בפתח אז יש אבא שמשגיח בו ותמיד צריך לשמוח כשישנת גם כשקמת אם אנשים לא מאמינים בו והחושים עוד אוחזים בו חלום שעוד יקום ויתגשם כשזה יקרה אתה תהיה חזק ושלם וחזק את הרצון את כוח הדמיון תגיע לחזון
Wow. Let's have one last round of applause for our almost first graders. Oh my goodness. Children, you can be with your parents. And thank you, Moralisi, Morashoshi, incredible, Mr. Shlomik, our IT group, all of you. And if you'd like a picture outside, we have a step and repeat. We have professional photographers. Thank you, Rabbi Guttenberg. Everyone, thank you, thank you. I couldn't be prouder to be part of the Hebrew Academy family. All elementary students, if you take a picture with your family, that's great. And then please go back to your learning.